Hello, hello. Welcome back to Shanificent. My name is Shani and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Today, let's talk about self compassion. I want to talk about self compassion, maybe because I need a little bit of it right now, you know? Um, and maybe because you might need a bit of it too. Life is really hard. Life is really hard. Human life is really hard. Life on planet Earth is really hard. It is very heavy and things get very real. And I guess the older you get, the more years you pack on, the more weighty your life kind of feels. Um, and I'm definitely experiencing that right now, you know? And I just want to remind myself and anyone listening to just be kind to yourself. Sometimes I think that's the only thing we can do when life gets really tough. There's some things that only compassion can fix. There's some things that only compassion can fix, and that's huge. What I just said. Compassion is one of my highest values, probably the thing I value the most. Compassion and care. But it's not something that's widely valued in society, valued by the powers that be. It's not very valued, like widely consciously valued, even though when you're down terrible and you feel the worst you've ever felt in your life, what is the one thing that can relieve you from that pain, that can relieve you from that weight, that heaviness? Someone being kind to you, someone just seeing you and acknowledging and holding space for where you're at, receiving you where you're at and saying it's okay. It's okay to be where you're at. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be struggling. It's okay to feel small. It's okay to find life hard. It's okay to find life hard because it is. Um, so yeah, like remember to you have to be kind to yourself. You have to, and you have to be kind to yourself, especially in the moments when it's the most hard to, or especially in the moments when you're down and when you're not feeling your best or your strongest or your most impressive. Especially in those moments, that is when you need to the only thing you can offer yourself is self-compassion. And what's cool about compassion, and especially self-compassion, is like it's kind of like it's free. Like it's something that you were born with. Like it's not something you necessarily have to study for, or anything, or get a qualification for, or anything. Like it's right here, and it's an inner resource that you can use to help you get through life. That's the only way I've gotten through life so far. That's how I've gotten up to this point, with a lot of self-compassion, like a lot of self-compassion. And yeah, that was hard. Of course, it's hard to, like, for some reason it's not easy to give yourself self-compassion. But that's just because, like I said, it's not widely valued in society. And it's not something, because compassion is like a tender sort of like soft area of life. It's a soft thing. It's not something that people are trying to necessarily bring into the conversation in public spheres, and like at work or wherever you are, like, at a hangout. Like, no, people aren't trying to like be soft and tender, even though sometimes that's exactly what we need. um but I say that to say, what helped me what helped me build enough self-compassion, for myself to be able to get through life, is following compassionate people on social media. Like, um, looking into, like, basically like consuming compassionate content. And there's a lot of it out there, along with my stuff. There's so many, like, there are so many people creating compassionate, self-healing, self-loving content out there. And I would really recommend that you follow at least one of them. Follow at least one or two, not just me. Follow me, follow someone else, follow someone else, follow someone else. It's such a small thing, but where you'll find yourself like 3 years later, 2 years later, 3 years later, 5 years later, it's crazy. It's crazy. I think that's part of the reason why I make these videos, is because I believe in the power of sight and the power of being seen and the power of seeing. So like seeing someone, just seeing someone talk about compassion, like talk about self-love and self-compassion, and like talk about being compassionate to themselves, and to other people, makes you feel like you can too, makes you see yourself in that way, and I guess that's what I'm trying to promote here, or that's what I'm trying to encourage, is like for you to see yourself in a self-compassionate way, in a way that, like, You acknowledge that life is hard and you struggle with things, and you're just doing the best that you can. That's another one, a huge saying, or mantra or affirmation that has been with me like for a long time, is that I'm doing the best that I can. I really am. And sometimes, and the best that I can doesn't look the same every day. It does not look the same every day. Okay? Sometimes the best that I can is productive as hell, and I take a lot of things off my list, and sometimes the best that I can is, you know, choosing the most comforting thing on Netflix to watch, you know, and lying under a blanket. Like, so you are doing the best that you can. We're all doing the best that we can with what we know, and what we're aware of and what we have available to us. So I really hope that that leaves you with, I hope you feel like you have an opportunity to be kind to yourself with whatever you're experiencing now in life, or wherever this video has found you. It's okay. It's okay to feel like a failure. It's okay to feel like you're struggling. Like I said, life is really hard and you're doing the best that you can. And that's good enough. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Bye.